Hi, today I'm going to be making a really easy DIY tutu. I'm making it a lime green tutu for the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society Light the Night event. I want to have a lime green tutu to represent lymphoma. So these are the materials that I'm going to use to make it. I went to Walmart and just picked up some 3/4 inch braided elastic. So it's like the 3/4 inch thick. I have some Velcro. So you have the soft side and then the hard side, the plasticky side. I have the lime green, what's this material called? Tulle. I have a measuring tape, of course, some scissors, and a hot glue gun. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to measure my waist with the elastic so I know how much I need. I'm going to use 2 pieces of elastic and I'll show you what I mean. So I'm just going to wrap this around my natural waist. I'm just going to adjust the camera so you can see what I'm talking about. You don't really need to see my head for this tutorial. So I'm going to like tilt it a little bit down so you can see my waist. Okay, so this is my waist area and I'm going to put the elastic around my waist. Okay, so it meets around here. It's fitting comfortably. I want to pull it just a tiny bit so that it'll overlap. So that way when I put it on, it actually is tight and doesn't fall down. So I'm going to make it just a little bit tighter. And then I am going to cut right here. Perfect. So this way, when I just put it around my waist like this, it feels loose and it's like barely touching. But if I overlap it a little bit like this, just stretch it out a little bit, then it feels snug but comfortable still. So I'm going to go ahead and measure out another piece the exact same size and cut that out. Okay, this is my leftover elastic, but I'm just gonna fold this up and put it to the side. Okay, so the reason why I have 2 pieces is because I'm going to double up on my elastic and have 2 rows of elastic basically going around my waist. That way I can have 2 rows, 2 tiers of the tutu. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do in order to have the elastic actually complete a circle is I'm going to use my Velcro for that actually. That way I can Velcro myself in and out of the tutu. So I'm just gonna use a piece that's just wide enough to match the thickness of 2 pieces of the Velcro, right? So let me just grab another piece that fell. So if I put the Velcro up like this and I hold the elastic up to it, I see that 1 piece needs about this much and 2 pieces needs about this much. Hopefully you can see that. I know it's like white against white, but hopefully you can see that the Velcro is, the elastic is here and then the Velcro starts right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut the Velcro at the place where I need to cut it. I'm just gonna make a little snippet. Okay, perfection. So now I have my little piece of Velcro, right? And again, like I said, this is the soft side, this is the plasticky side. And I need each side to go to, obviously, to different sides of the elastic, so that way it can attach to itself. So I'm just gonna lay my elastic out on the table flat, like so. And it's already naturally wanting to close like this. So I'm going to need to put one side of the Velcro on this side, so maybe the soft side on this side, and then on the other underside of this side, I'm gonna put the, whatchamacallit, the plasticky side, the part that, like with the combs, so that it'll stick to itself, right? So this Velcro I just got from Dollar Tree. It's on a big sticker, so that way you just like peel off the backing and then you can stick it to whatever fabric you want. But I'm just gonna use a little bit of hot glue to ensure that it doesn't fall off or anything like that. It's obviously, it's not super secure. It's not like E6000 or you know, like it's not as secure as sewing it on there, but I just need it for one night, so I'm good with that. So I'm going to go ahead and put the soft side on this side facing the top. I'm just gonna get a little hot glue going on the back of the sticky part. I just pulled the sticky part, the soft part, off of the backing of the paper. So the sticky, on the sticky side of the backing of the soft part, I'm just gonna put a little bit of hot glue, okay? Just like a stripe of hot glue. Hopefully my hot glue comes out. Yes, there it goes. Perfection. And now I'm gonna stick it onto my elastic. Make sure it's nice and lined up. Just push it in. There's a little bit of glue coming out in between, but just clean that up. Get it off of my table. Okay, so now you have the two pieces of elastic connected at one side. This is the soft part. And then again, I'll demonstrate. You go across to the other side. Here's the soft side. And then it's naturally coming in like this. So I'm going to want to stick the hard comb part to the underside, so that way when it connects like this, it'll stick together. So let me prepare the other side. It's gonna be a little slippery, this elastic, so I'm just using my scissors to hold it down. I'm gonna grab the plasticky part, pull off the backing, so that way I can glue it down. Put a little bit of hot glue, just a stripe of hot glue down the middle. And now I'm gonna stick it on there. And again, a little bit of hot glue comes through the middle of the two pieces, but that's okay. Just press it down and then rub any excess off. So now the comb part of the Velcro is now on the inside. The soft part is on the outside. So when you put it together, it sticks together. So I'm gonna pull it apart really quickly, carefully, put it around myself, and boom. There we go, you have your elastic. Nice. So this will probably be the back, but you can put it on the side. You can move it up or down, however you want it, wherever you want it to be. And yeah, this is how I'll get in and out of the tutu. Perfect. So I'm actually gonna keep this on for now for the next steps. So the next step is to start working with the tool. This is tutu made of tulle. So this is pretty much where I'm going. I'm gonna pull it down a little bit here to the very lower part of my waist. I'm gonna go ahead and measure from the bottom row how far down I want my tutu to be, how many inches, because that's the number of inches that I need to make my strips of tulle. So I think I want it to be like right above my knees because it's an outside event. So I'm gonna go from the bottom row to right above my knee, which is about 16 inches. I could do 17, but I think 16 is good. Or I could do 18. 18's closer. Do I want to do 16 or 18? Let's do 16. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna measure out 16 inches of tulle and then double it. So I'm gonna measure out 32 inches of tulle. And I'll just show you one piece for now, and then you'll get the hang of it real easily of what we're gonna do. So let me just open this. Doing a little bit difficult. Oh, there is the seam. I see the seam. There we go. So you get your container open. You measure out. I'm just going to start at the top and measure to 32 inches. And cut it right at 32 inches. Let me just scooch this all over so I have my full table range. So making sure we start at 1, cutting it at 32. Perfect. So now I have 32 inches of tulle, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold it in half like this, and then I'm going to kind of like hold it in the middle like this. I'm going to loop the middle part under the bottom band, and then I'm going to see how I have the loop here. I'm going to pull the end through the loop and then pull it tight. And then boom, you have your first layer. If you can see that. I know the lighting is kind of weird and I have leggings on, so it's kind of hard to see. But you pretty much need to just do this all around until you fill up the skirt. And I think I'm going to make the bottom layer longer and then the top layer shorter. Looking at it on me, I think I'm gonna go for 16 inches on the top row and 18 inches on the bottom row. So I'm actually gonna flip flop. I'm gonna go ahead and put this 16-inch tulle up here, and I'm gonna start putting 18 inches on the bottom, just so I can have a little bit of variation and the tutu, a little bit of extra floofiness. And I think it'll give it like, you know, a nice poof at the bottom. And you want to put the shorter layer that you want, the shorter size that you want on top. So yeah, I'm just going to keep on doing this, and I'm gonna come back when I'm about halfway done. Okay, I'm back. I completed the bottom row. As you can see, it's like, you can see it's lime green, but it's still see-through. So I'm gonna start on the second layer now to hopefully give it some more, you know, opaqueness, but it has a nice floof to it. And I think it's going to be really nice with the second layer. I did put that one piece that the first piece that I cut already on top. But I'm excited to see how it's going to look once I go all the way around with the second layer. And I hope I don't have to add a third layer to add more floof. Like I said, I'm going to be wearing leggings under this anyway when I do wear it for the LLS parade. But I do want to be able to have the option to wear it without, maybe in the summer. So I'm hoping that I can get it opaque, but if not, no biggie. But I'll come back when I have the second layer. Okay, we're back. It is the next day-ish, and the tutu is done. So I did both rows. Ignore the stuff in my office, but you can see how floofy it is. Let me zoom in a little bit. But you see the floof, how it's double layered. Like, it's super cute. I'm very happy with how it turned out. I do have this section right here in the front, the closure section. I did tell you guys that I was hot gluing it, and I did do that, but on one side, the hot glue I think just wasn't hot enough. So I ended up just going in and just do a simple stitch around the edge of the Velcro. And I did it to both sides just to be extra secure. But I do have to cover this with something, and I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use some lime green ribbon that I have and just like make two bows and put one here and one here, and then just call it a day. But I'm super happy with the tutu itself. I'm gonna do something like this where I'm like wearing leggings or something like warm underneath, and like some tennis shoes. The event is tonight. And I have some green shoes. They're not lime green, but they're green and it'll work. And yeah, so I'm gonna try to take a video while I'm at the event and maybe put a clip of it here at the end, or maybe I'll do a separate video. It just depends on how much of it, footage I get. But yeah, this is the tutu. If you recreate this, let me know how it works for you. And yeah, I'll see you guys later. Bye.
Cannot do their life-saving work without it. Your light will save